Okay, this is Pantoum by Tyler Margetts. Pantoum is a noun. You can see how it's pronounced right there. And it is a form of poetry similar to a villanelle in that there are repeating lines throughout the poem. It is composed of a series of quatrains. The second and fourth lines of each stanza are repeated as the first and third lines of the next. The first and last stanzas are different, and the first and third lines of the last stanza are the same as the second and fourth lines of the previous stanza, and the second and fourth lines of the last stanza are the same as the third and the first lines of the first stanza, respectively. You'll be able to see what I'm talking about when we actually see an example of a Pantoum poem. So here's an example of a Pantoum poem. Remember those who died for us. They did not die in vain. They gave their lives in their trust, so atrocities of war are never again. They did not die in vain. Wear a poppy each November, so atrocities of war are never again. We must never forget, but remember. Wear a poppy each November, honor those so brave. We must never forget, but remember. Our freedom they did pave. Honor those so brave, they gave their lives in their trust. Our freedom they did pave. Remember those who died for us. So you can see that the first and third lines, remember those who died for us, and they gave their lives in their trust, are the second line here and the last line here. And then other than that, the pattern is completely the same. As normal, they did not die in vain, so atrocities of war are never again. Those are the second and fourth lines of this stanza and the first and third lines of this stanza, and then that repeats throughout the entire poem. The effects of a Pantoum poem. They can sometimes create a hypnotic feeling as every line is repeated at another point in the poem. It sort of lulls the reader to sleep a little bit, but it has an overall calm and soothing effect. Also, it has a cyclical pattern, so it helps with the organization of the poem as a whole. So since every line is repeated, especially with the beginning and last stanzas being those lines are flipped, it creates like a beginning, middle, and then an end, kind of like a conclusion tying back to your introduction. Also, all phrases are read twice, and that gives you another chance to decipher the meaning, and kind of makes every single line stand out a little bit more and help to give you another chance to understand that. How to remember it? Pan in this prefix means all. It's the root, the Latin root. And so you can remember Pantoum as all phrases repeated. Some of my favorite words that begin with pan are pansexual, meaning like everything. And yeah, it's about the only pan word that I know, but I know it means all. So thank you.